Story time. A woman spent 12 years visiting a prisoner every single Sunday, even though they had never met before his arrest. The prisoner guards couldn't understand it. She wasn't his wife. She wasn't his sister. She wasn't his lawyer. Every Sunday at exactly 2 p.m., she would arrive with a small paper bag containing homemade cookies and a new book. She never missed a visit, not once. The prisoner rarely spoke. Most visits lasted less than 20 minutes. She would ask how he was doing. He would shrug. She would leave the books behind and quietly walk away. The guards assumed she was a distant relative who didn't want to talk about the past. She wasn't. The truth was much stranger. 12 years earlier, before the man was arrested, he had been driving home late one rainy night. On an empty road, he saw a young woman standing beside a broken down car. She was frightened and alone. He stopped, changed her flat tire, refused the money she offered, and drove away. The entire encounter lasted less than 15 minutes. Neither of them even exchanged names. 3 months later, she saw his face on the evening news. He'd been convicted for armed robbery committed years before they met. Everyone around her said the same thing. Forget him. People like that don't change. But she couldn't forget the stranger who had stopped in the rain to help someone he didn't know. She believed a person could be guilty of one thing without being capable of kindness. So she started visiting. At first, he refused to come into the visiting room. Then he refused to speak. Months became years. Slowly, the books she brought sparked conversations. Those conversations became trust. For the first time since entering prison, he enrolled in education classes, earned qualifications, and began monitoring younger inmates. When he was finally released after 12 years, reporters were waiting outside. Someone asked him what had changed his life. He didn't mention prison programs. He didn't mention rehabilitation courses. He pointed towards the woman waiting quietly by the gates. Everyone else introduced me by the worst thing I'd ever done. She was the only person who kept treating me like I could still become someone better. Years later, he opened a small community workshop that trained young people leaving juvenile detention. Above the entrance hung a simple wooden sign. It didn't mention his name. It didn't mention his past. It simply read, "Never let someone's worst day become the only chapter you remember." The woman still visited every Sunday, this time for coffee instead of prison. As a woman, can you render such help? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Like, share, and follow for more stories.